Okay, so I figured it's time for another beer review, and today I'm going to be reviewing something I haven't had in a long while, and this is the famous Belgian wit beer, Hoegaarden. So, as you can see, I have my special Hoegaarden glass. This is actually the first time I'm going to be drinking from it, so I'm pretty excited about that. I've got this as a part of a selection pack, and it's supposed to be the official sort of glass for this type of beer. So anyways, Hoegaarden is a popular, really popular and pretty available beer. You can get it pretty much in any country. I've seen it in a few, and doesn't really vary a lot. So it's 4.9% alcohol by volume. As you can see, this is a small bottle, the standard Hoegaarden bottle, although in Europe I've seen larger versions of this, but this is the only one we can get in Canada pretty much. It's the only Hoegaarden format. And so let me just read the back label. It says, delicious and surprisingly refreshing taste, naturally cloudy and brewed using a unique recipe. So this is actually brewed with coriander and orange peel. And we're definitely going to taste that, and I'm probably going to smell that as well. This used to be my favorite beer when I just started getting into trying out different beers as a teenager, and I used to like it a lot, but I haven't had it at least for a few months now, so I'm going to be my palates are relatively unbiased at this point. So without further ado, going to crack it open. I'm going to try to save the cap using a wine opener. Okay, so the cap's quite nice. It features the famous logo of Hoegaarden. Actually, the brewery makes another type of beer, which is not available in Canada. As I said, this is the only one we can get. It's sort of a lager, I think, but this one is unfiltered. Sort of a Belgian wheat beer, but it's not going to be like the Weizen, something like that. It's going to be quite different. Actually, I have to mention that in Quebec, where I now live, a majority of local microbreweries are actually trying to imitate either the stronger Belgian tradition, or some of them actually make wheat beers. So it's quite popular for Quebec beer drinkers. So I'm going to give it a pour. Not much of a pour, I guess. Okay, so we're able to get quite a good foam. I'm going to show you in a bit. The head, I'd say, is very foamy, so it's not something like you get on an ale or something, an English traditional ale. And I have to say, this glass is very good for it. This is the kind of glass you get if you go out and have this on tap. Although, as many reviewers have said, you can get a much bigger version of this. It comes in, I think, 0.5 liters, liter format. I think you can find, in some places, you can find a really like a huge ass glass for Hoegaarden. So for the smell, it's a very crisp sort of smell. And the smell is quite full. It's coriander, orange peel, so the stuff that's supposed to be there. You can definitely smell hops. Overall, quite fruity and quite a pleasant smell. It's not disappointing. Although I'm sure I didn't forget this for the way it's supposed to be. So I'm going to give it a taste. Well, what can I say? Hoegaarden is Hoegaarden. It's not as full as a sort of a stronger Belgian ale, but it's definitely not something like, it's not watery. It's very refreshing. You get the hops as well as the ingredients I mentioned, the coriander and the orange peel. Some people actually in some bars as well, they serve it with a orange slice on the side, and then they dip it into the glass. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. Maybe next time I'll try it with a slice. Although I'm the kind of person who believes that, you know, a beer is good by itself. You know, if you have to add something like, you know, the way people drink Corona and think that some slice of lime is going to actually change a whole lot, well, you know, I'm not the kind of person who believes that crap. But maybe it adds certain zest to it. In any case, this is a very good sort of a popular beer. It's nothing very special, so it's not going to satisfy the really sophisticated drinkers out there, but it's something I would have a few of. You know, I could have it as a social kind of beer. I could have it definitely as a good summer. It makes a good summer refreshing drink, and I try to get it on tap sometimes, but I'm not really into Hoegaarden when I go out drinking. And yeah, it's a very good beer. It's nothing exceptional, but it's something distinctive. And I think the local beers, as I've mentioned, there are many beers brewed in Quebec that are trying to imitate this kind of style. They're doing a fairly good job on that. Anyways, as for the rating, I'd give it a solid 8.1. I mean, it doesn't deserve like high of a grade, really. It's just a good beer, but it's nothing exceptional. So 8.1. Maybe I'm a bit generous, but I'm going to come back to this in a few moments. So now that I've drunk a fair amount of this, I'd say a few good things about Hoegaarden is that, first of all, there's no bad aftertaste. And it is quite a light beer. I mean, 4.9% is not, surely no Bud Light, but it's something I'd recommend for people who are, you know, focused on drinking the watery stuff like Bud Light and stuff like that, Coors Light maybe, to try to, you know, expand their knowledge and expand the experience of beer by going to something like this, because this is quite light in terms of flavor. It doesn't really taste like alcohol much. It goes on pretty smooth. You can definitely have a few of those, and you know, especially in the summer, as I've said, it's a really good refreshment. And the taste, it doesn't really go bad, you know, like with the Belgian beers, with the stronger ales and stuff like that. I've noticed the first few sips are incredibly, you know, full of experience, but then it goes a little bit to the bad side, I guess. So anyways, Hoegaarden is really good. It's not my favorite beer anymore, I guess, because I've tried much more, so let's say, advanced beers, but it's definitely worthy kind of beer. So as I said, 8.1. As for the color, I forgot to mention, it's sort of a pale yellow color. It's cloudy, but not to the extent as some other unfiltered beers would seem to be. This is kind of like half cloudy, I don't know. So it's sort of a different tradition, I guess, from the German Weiss beer. So Hoegaarden, 8.1 out of 10. Good beer. I definitely recommend this for people who would like to, you know, try something new, and for the people who like sort of popular Belgian beers, especially in the summer.